Shalom, shalom, shalom. Salaki. Shalom, shalom, shalom. It's the brother Yair Radai coming at y'all with a quick video through the spirit. First and foremost, want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world calls God. Yahweh Shai being the name of his beloved Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Salaki. And want to give a strong shalom to all the men out there. Salaki, want to give double honors, strong shalom to the elect elders of the house of David, who've been laboring for decades and decades, going out, teaching the people, being sincere in this thing. Want to give another strong shalom to the brothers out there on the highways and byways, edifying the people, rightly dividing the word of truth, doing this thing in sincerity and in truth. The brothers that's working on getting themselves out there, shalom, shalom. To the sisters out there that's, keeping the households in order with the children, being submissive unto their husbands, being shamefaced out there. Shalom, shalom. This video, I think I got it titled, I actually can't even see the title, but basically we're going to be going into, it's Secrets of the Bible. As time goes on, the world, people, and animals wax weaker, man. All right, so we're going to be going through the scriptures, man, and we're going to be going through the scriptures and uncovering different secrets of the Bible, man, how things was done in the ancient world, how were people, the stature, the animals, the food, the world. Just a quick lesson to the spirit real quick. The world before the flood, now, and even in the scriptures, was referred to as the old world. It tell you that in the book of 2 Peter, I believe. It's like, tell you that in the book of 2 Peter 2 and 4. Peter refers to the things before the flood happened as the old world. So we're going to get into it a little bit about the old world. We're going to get into age, people waxing weaker, men's stature during that time, animals, the world, so on and so forth. You feel me? We're going to kick it off with the book of Genesis chapter 5, I believe, because you got to realize in the scriptures, man, and during that time in the ancient world, you didn't have people dying. You didn't have people dying, at least from natural causes. I'll put it like that. You didn't have people dying from natural causes at damn 46 years old, man. People weren't dying of natural causes at damn 30, man. 60, 80. That's not how things was done, you feel me, during the time of Noah, Adam, Shem, Ham, Japheth, all these people back in the old world, like as it's referred to. You didn't have people dying of damn diseases, natural causes, and all these other different things. You had men that was fit, man. People was living to damn near 1,000 years old back then, man. Right? The oldest man to ever live was Methuselah. And we get ready to read about that in Genesis chapter 5. Right? I want Genesis 5 and 27. And it reads, and all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. So he was 969 years old, man, when he died. The oldest man to ever walk the face of the earth. Okay, Adam himself. Salaki, let me get this real quick. All right, this is Genesis 5 and 5. It says, in all the days that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. So Adam, he was 930 years old. So you had people who were living exceedingly longer than what our people live now. You got a lot of our men, not necessarily from natural causes, but you got people who don't live to see 18 years old now. Right? 17, 16. so on and so forth. So that is going through the process of time. Also, that was during that time period. During that time period, you was easily, easily living 500 and over during that time period. Easily living over 300 years. And just imagine how much wisdom, knowledge, and understanding you could obtain from being on the damn earth for 900 years, man. You know how much stuff you could have seen in 900 years, man? But these are the things that the men of old were experiencing, man. But the Most High said, you know what? I'm cutting that off. Cutting that off. Ain't no more living damn 900 this and 900 that in there and all this other different stuff. The Most High cut that, man. He cut man's life expectancy. Why? Because man was wicked, man. Evils was multiplied in the earth. So what the Most High do? He cut man's lifespan. All right, we're going to read that. Okay, this is the book of Genesis chapter 6. Yeah, this is Genesis chapter 6, and I want verse 3. Genesis chapter 6 and verse 3. And it says, and the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man. My spirit, Salakia. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. So then the Most High went and he cut man's lifespan from being able to live damn near 1,000 years old, man. And he cut man's lifespan to what? 120 years at best, man. Now, don't get me wrong. You would have some people after this time period who would live a little bit longer, but you have to realize when the Most High does these things, it's not boom, just like that. It slowly decays throughout the process of time. So throughout the process of time, you slowly have man continuing to wax weaker and weaker and weaker. So boom, he cut man's lifespan. You had Methuselah, who was living to 969 years old. You had the Most High come and said, man, y'all wicked. Man is wicked. So guess what? Boom. He cut man's lifespan to 120 years. So throughout the process of time, you have man beginning to wax weaker and weaker. So now you got men only living during that time period, at least. You have men living to only 120 years as time began to go on, and the Most High made man wax weaker and weaker. Who lived to be 120, right? Moses did. Let's get that real quick. Moses was 120 years old when he died. But he didn't die, Salakia. He didn't die at 120 years old and was just I'll put it like this. He didn't die at 120 years old and he was like your grandpa who's he's 68. He's 68 years old and he need help getting up off the couch. He need help getting out of bed, man. Right? He got the walker or he got the cane and he need help. Right? He need help, right? Shalom to the brothers on the comment board, man. Shalom. He didn't need it. Hey, Moses didn't need help, man. Hey, Moses was fit, man. Moses was more in shape than a lot of you brothers is now, man, including myself. And he was 120 years old, man. Right? Let's read it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 34 and verse 7. And it reads, and Moses was 120 years old when he died. Check this out. His eyes, Salakia, his eye was not dim. Said his eye was not dim. Hey, Moses didn't need glasses, man. Moses didn't need glasses like how I need glasses, man. Or your average Jacob Eve out here need glasses, man. Moses didn't need that stuff, man. Moses could see like a damn eagle, man. It says his eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. Meaning what? Meaning, hey, look, he was stronger than a lot. Well, he was stronger than Jake is now. He was stronger than Jake at damn 22 21, 25 years old, man. And he was 120, man, when he died. 120, and he could run, skip, hop, jump, could see, didn't need bifocals, man. Damn thick ass glasses, that damn thick, man, looking like damn whatever it's called, that magnifying glasses, man. Moses didn't need none of that stuff, man. Why? Because back then you have to realize things didn't age like how things age now. You have throughout the process of time, as time goes on, what happens? Hey, the Most High has the world, people, animals, everything continue to wax weaker and weaker. All right, let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. Let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 17. And then I want to make a point in Genesis. All right, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 17. And it reads, it says, for look. You know what? I'm going to start at 16. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 14, and verse 16. And it reads, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So the Lord is literally telling Ezra, like, look, the wickedness that you've seen in your lifetime, the wickedness that you've heard about before your lifetime, hey, it's going to be way worse as time continues to go on. Because as the world goes on, as time goes on, everything waxes weaker and weaker. Okay, that was one of the reasons why the Lord translated Enoch. That his damn mind did get corrupted by the things that was coming upon the earth, man. The wickedness that was being filled within the earth, man. Right? It says, verse 17, it says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. Said, look how much the world shall be weaker through age. And right now, the world is old as hell, man. We're not living during the time of Adam right now, where you got trees, damn, thousands of feet tall, probably, or I should say hundreds of feet tall. I mean, you got damn animals huge. Food is different. Everything is pure. There's no damn smog in the air. The oceans is not defiled. There's no extinct animals. We're not living during that time, man. We're living through the weakest stage of the earth, man. Read on. Let's read on. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So the longer the earth goes, the more wickedness and that the more wickedness that comes upon the earth, the more wickedness grows, the more things get worse throughout the process of time, man. Just like when you drive a car, okay, if you drive a car and when you get it, it got 100 miles on there. The car only got 100 miles on there. But the more you drive it, the more you use it, what happens to it? Eventually, over time, that 100 miles turns into 500 miles. That 500 miles turns into 1,500 miles. That 1,500 miles, that turned into damn 5,500 miles. That 5,500 miles start turning into 1,000 miles. That 1,000 miles start turning into 15,000 miles. Now your car damn breaking down all the time, and there's always something wrong with it. Why? Because you got that wear and tear on there. Throughout the process of time, what's happening to it is getting older and older and older. The wear and tear is getting on there, man. It's getting weaker. It's waxing weaker and weaker. Same thing with the world, men, animals, food, everything waxes weaker and weaker. Verse 18, it says, for the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. Okay. So let's go to the book. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the book of Sirach. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 18. Because the Lord, that wasn't the only time that the Lord cut man's lifespan. the Lord cut man's lifespan 3 different times recorded in the scriptures, right? The first time he cut man's lifespan was in Genesis chapter 6, Genesis 6:3. He cut man's lifespan from living to be damn 600, 700, 800, 900 years old. Boom. He cut man's lifespan to be 120. Moses died at 120 years old. Okay. Then let's see the next time he cut man's lifespan. Let's go to the book of Sirach, chapter 18. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 18, and verse 9. It says, the number of a man's days are at the most 100 years. So it said at the most, man, during this time period, is like, look, at the most, a man is going to live to be 100 years old. At the most. Right? That's right there recorded in the scriptures. At the most, man's days are 100 years old. Let's read on. As a drop of water unto the sea, and a gravel stone in comparison of the sand, so are 1,000 years to the days of an eternity. Right. So the point is, the Most High cut man's lifespan to 120 in Genesis 6:3. Then he cut it again in the book of Sirach, chapter 18 and verse 9. Right now, let's see when the Lord cut man's lifespan again. Right. Let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 90. Let's go to the book of Psalms chapter 90. It's the book of Psalms chapter 90 and verse 9. It says, for all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. So he's saying, look, our days are shortened now. And our days are short, man. Imagine us being born and living to be 600 years old, man. 900 years old, man. But now throughout the process of time, because man is wicked and the earth is waxing older and older, now you got people who dying at damn 20 years old. Think about 20 years old, man. 2 decades. Think about 20 years old compared to damn 500 years, man. That's not even a comparison, man. That's such a small amount compared to how we're supposed to be, man. We're really supposed to be immortal, man. Right? It says, verse 10, here's the point. It says, the days of our years are 80 years and 10. Right? A score is 20 years. Okay? A score is 20 years. It says, the days of our years are 80. So you got 20, 40, 60. Said 80 and 10. That's 70 years. 70 years. It says the days of our years are 80 and 10. And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength, labor, and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away. So, man, this is so crazy. We're going to do something real quick. Okay? We're going to look up. Salakia, bear with me. We're going to look up what man's life expectancy is on the earth right now. 2021, what's man's life expectancy? Right? Bear with me. All right, here we go. The average lifespan in the world for 2021. This is Khan. It says 72.81 years is the average lifespan for man, right? 72.8 years, man. Right? Y'all can look that up too on your own. So the average lifespan of mankind is 72 years, man. 72 years, the average lifespan of man. And what the Lord say, and it's crazy how accurate these things are, man. It's crazy. It's just crazy how people can't believe in the scriptures, man. This is beautiful. This is Psalms 90 and 10. It says, the days of our years are 80 years and 10, which is 70 years. And if by reason of strength, they be 80 years, which is 80 years. Okay, it's 80 years. So he said, look, by reason of strength, if they just get to that, right? A man's days will be 80 years, man. If that, 80 years. Now, don't get me wrong, you probably have scoffers. Oh, I know people who 90 years old. I got a grandma who 98 years old and all this other stuff, man. Hey, well, you got to realize what percentage of mankind is that's living that long. It's a small percentage, man. It's a small percentage. And what the Lord say, man, he said by reason of strength, they be 80 years, which is 80. Now check this out. It says, yet is their strength, labor, and sorrow. So yeah, you might have somebody that lives to be damn 90 years old, 80 years old, or whatever the case may be, 85. But guess what? Hey, their years are going to be sorrowful. Why? Because they're going to wax old, right? They're going to be old. They're going to need help getting up. They need the damn button, the damn I've fallen and I can't get up button. Brothers, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Brothers know what I'm talking about. I've fallen and I can't get up button, man. People need that. Okay? It says, their strength, labor, and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away, man. You see that? So the Lord not playing with man. And now at this point, people don't even live to see it. Our people don't even live to see 80 years old at this point, man. Our people don't even make it to that age. People don't even make it to that age, man. Let's just keep it a buck. Let's say it how it is, man. Dying at 20 years old, man. Our people dying at 16. Why? Because the earth is wicked, man. And a lot of Jakes and Eves wicked, man. And the more the earth grows old, man, the more the earth grows old, the more wickedness that's increased upon the earth, like it tell you in the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 14. As time goes on, the more wickedness, the more wickedness comes on the earth, man. Right? Real quick, I want to go back to that too. Right? It says the life expectancy in the United States before COVID was 78 years. And the current life expectancy for the world in 2021 is 72.81 years. You see that? So, hey, if this is not accurate, man, I don't know what is. I don't know what it is. The Lord literally said, look, hey, I'm going to cut man's lifespan down to 120 years in the book of Genesis chapter 6 and verse 3. Then he cut it again. He cut it again in the book of Sirach chapter 18 verse 9. Then he cut it again in the book of Psalms chapter 90 and verse 10, man. All the way down to what? He cut man's lifespan down to 70 years. And hey, by reason of strength, guess what? You might get to 80. You might get to 80 years. But guess what? Hey, it's gonna be sorrowful. Hey, it's a lot of men. Hey, it's a lot of men and women who damn in their 60s, man, 50s, and they feeling sorrowful. And what it's talking about is that their body is waxing old. It's waxing weak. You have to realize 80 years old during the time of Moses was not old, man. Right? We brought out in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 34 that Moses' eyes was not dim, man, and his strength was not abated. Let's go to the book of Joshua. All right, let's go to the book of Joshua, chapter 14. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 14 and 10. Come on. It's the book of Joshua, chapter 14 and verse 10. And it reads, "And now, behold, the Lord hath kept me alive." This is Caleb talking right now. It says, "And now, behold, the Lord hath kept me alive, as he said, these 40 and 5 years, even since the Lord spake this word unto Moses, while the children of Israel wandered in the wilderness. And now, O Salakia, and now, lo, I am this day 85 years old." Hey, Caleb was 85 years old, man. 85. Now check this out. Check out what he getting ready to say at 85 years old, right? It says, verse 11, "As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so is my strength now." You see that? He said, "Hey, just like how my," and that was over 40 years ago, man, when Moses sent him as a spy. When Moses sent him as a spy, man. Okay, it tell you about that when you read verse 7. When you read verse 7 in chapter 14, it tell you he was 40 years old, man. So that was over 40 years ago, man. It was over 40 years ago. And he said, "Look, when I was that age, when Moses sent me out, man, hey, I got the same strength I got now at 85 years old, I got when I was 40 years old, man." Let's read on. It says, I'm gonna read it again. It says, "As yet I am as strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so my strength now, for war, both to go out and to come in." You see that? So, hey, these back then, man, people was built different, man. They didn't have all these damn toxins. They wasn't drinking damn pop. They didn't have damn what's it called? Processed foods. They didn't have GMOs. They didn't have none of those different things, man. They had a pure supplement, pure food, man, pure air. They didn't have to worry about breathing in damn smog from chemicals from these damn factories, man. They didn't have to worry about drinking tap water that probably got damn I forget what the term for it is called. I think it started with a C or something like that. So all these different things, hey, they didn't have to go through that stuff, man. Man back then was different from man now. Why? Because hey, we're waxing weaker and weaker. We're waxing weaker and weaker each and every day, man, than the people was back then. Okay, let's go to the book of Numbers. All right, let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 13. Because not just man, it wasn't just man, okay? Actually, you know what, real quick, I want to go to the book of Chronicles first. Bear with me. I want to go to the book of Chronicles, chapter 12. All right, this is the book of Numbers, chapter 12. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 12, and verse 8. It says, "And the Gadites there separated themselves unto David into the hold, unto the hold to the wilderness, men of might and men of war fit for the battle, that could handle shield and buckler, whose faces were like the faces of lions, and were as swift as the roes upon the mountains." Now, a roe is a deer. Okay, a roe is a deer. And it said these men were as fast as deers, man. Let's see how fast a deer can run. Okay, let's see how fast a deer can run. Okay. Okay, here it is. It says, Salakia, a reindeer, 31 miles per hour. And it says a white-tailed deer can sprint as fast as 35 miles per hour. 35 miles per hour, man. You know how fast? Let's compare that. Let's compare and contrast right now, man. Right? The fastest man, so-called, the so-called fastest man ever. Okay, Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt ran the fastest top speed he's ever reached was 27 miles per hour. And that's what he peaked at, meaning he didn't necessarily run that fast for a strength or a stretch of time, right? That was his peak performance, his peak top speed. Okay, and his peak top speed, he ran 27 miles per hour. These men, the Gadites, man, they was running as fast as 35 miles per hour, man. And that's what they say now deers run. There's no telling how fast deers ran in the ancient world, man. In the ancient world, deers was if they run 31 to 35 miles per hour now, in the ancient world, they probably ran easily 40 to 50 miles per hour. So like easily 40 to 50 miles per hour in the ancient world, man. You have to realize these things. All the things in the ancient world were stronger, faster, more healthier, bigger, everything than what it is now. Let's get an account. You had damn elephants, man. Like 20 something people on the elephant, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, right? Let me try to find that precept, right? In the book of Maccabees, I believe. All right, bear with me. It's the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees, chapter 6. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 6, and verse 35. And it reads, "Moreover, they divided the beast among the armies, and for every elephant they appointed 1,000 men armed with coats of mail and with helmets of brass on their heads. And besides this, for every beast were ordained 500 horsemen of the beast." Verse 36, "These were ready at every occasion, wheresoever the beast was, and whithersoever the beast went also, neither departed they from him." Okay, Khan, here's the point. Verse 37, it says, "And upon the beasts were their strong towers of wood, which covered every one of them, and were girt fast unto them with devices. There were upon every Salakia, there were upon every one 32 strong men that fought upon them, besides the Indian that ruled them." So you had damn 32 men. You had 32 men on one elephant. Think about that, man. I don't know if brothers and sisters ever been to damn the circus or whatever the case may be, or been to damn Africa or whatever the case may be. But when you go to the circus and they give so-called elephant rides, it's only about 4 people that can fit on those elephants. Right? Only about 4 people that can fit on those elements. Hey, during the time of Maccabees, you had 32 men, grown men, not little children that want to ride the elephanty. You had 32 men on the back of an elephant, man. So you have to realize these different things, man. 32 men. So if 32 men could fit on an elephant back then, I'm led to believe that a damn deer was running faster than 31 or 35 miles per hour back then, man. And that's all coming back to what? That's all coming back to the Gadites, man. The Gadites, it said that they was as swift as the roes upon the mountains, man. And a roe is a deer. You see that? So you have to realize, look, the way men are now, you didn't have damn 5'2" men walking in the ancient world as I'll put it like this, as a normalcy, right? As something that was looked at as normal, right? That was a strange thing in the ancient world, man. You didn't have men walking around 5'5", man. Damn 5'6" and 5'8", man. You had men of stature during those days, man. Hey, Usain Bolt would have got dusted by the Gadites, man. And I'm just saying, hey, the Benjamites might have been even faster than the Gadites back then too. Just like how they, just putting that out there, man. You see that? Like the brother Carl Law, the brother said that reminded him of the movie 300, man. That's right. Movie 300, man. Hey, they was on top of the damn elephants, man, going to war, man. They had damn Artaxerxes, right? They had Artaxerxes, which you can actually read about in the book of Daniel, the 11th chapter. Damn, he looked like he was about damn 10 feet tall, man. You see that? So let's go to the book of Numbers, chapter 13 and verse 23. Right? The brother put it on the comment board, man. Right? The brother put it on the comment board. The brother Azariah, man. That's right. You had men. It took 2 men to carry grapes in the ancient world, man. So like it. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 13. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 13, and verse 23. It says, and they came unto the brook of Zalakia, and they came unto the brook of Eshcol, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes. And it just had one cluster of grapes. A cluster of grapes is basically if you go to the damn store, if you go to Meijer or you go to Walmart or wherever you go, and you go in there and you buy some grapes that's in that bag, right? It's a branch. It's a small branch, and you pick it up. That's what a cluster of grapes is. Okay. It says, and cut down from thence a branch with one cluster of grapes, and they buried between 2 upon a staff, and they brought of the pomegranates and of the figs. So it took 2 men to carry a cluster of grapes, man. Hey, a 2-year-old could carry a cluster of grapes now that you'll go get from Meijer, man. Think about that. A 2-year-old could carry a cluster of grapes, man, right now. Hell, a 1-year-old could carry a cluster of grapes. It took 2 men, 2 full-grown men, to carry one cluster of grapes, man. Back then, hey, the food, hey, the damn what is it damn called? It just left my mind. The sweet stuff, the fruit was probably sweeter back then. We know it was bigger. The food was better, right? The animals were bigger, faster. Humans were taller. Like I said, you didn't have men in the ancient world walking around damn 5'6", man. All right, let's go. Let's get that real quick. Let's get that real quick. Matter of fact, first let's go to the book of Wisdom of Solomon. Just real quick. All right, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14. Salakia. It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 and verse 6. Right? And it reads, "For in the old time, also when the proud giants perished and hoped, Salakia, the hope of the world governed by thy hand escaped in the weak vessel and left to all ages a seed of generations." So the point is, you had giants during that time, man. And you still have giants now. You still have giants now. And I'm not talking about people who damn 14 feet tall, right? We get ready to get into this. We get ready to get into this thing, man. All right, we get ready to get into this. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3 and verse 11. All right, Deuteronomy 3 and 11. It's the book of Deuteronomy. Salakia, bear with me. All right. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 3 and verse 11. It says, "For only Og, king of Bashan, remained of the remnant of the giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. Is it not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon? 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubits of a man." So you had listen to this. Matter of fact, let's look up what 9 cubits is. Okay. Salakia. All right. So 9 cubits is roughly about 14 feet. 9 cubits is roughly about 14 feet tall. Now, the giant wasn't 14 feet tall. His bedstead was 14 feet tall. And I don't know about you, but I'm not the same height or length as the bed that I sleep in at night. Okay, so knowing that, this giant, the king of Og, or Salakia, the king of Bashan, Og, he was roughly about between somewhere in between 11 and 13 feet tall. I'll just put it like that. Somewhere between 11 and 13 feet tall. Maybe closer to 12 to 13 feet, maybe. So you had giants on the earth during that time. This is during the time of Moses, man. This is during the time of Moses, who was 12 to 13 feet tall. That's tall. Hey, that's tall as hell. You just put it like that. Okay. Now let's get another one. Right? Let's go to the book of 1 Samuel. All right, let's go to the book of 1 Samuel. It's the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17. And I believe I'm on 4. God. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 17 and verse 4. It says, "And there went out a champion out of the camp of the Philistines named Goliath of Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span." 6 cubits and a span. If I'm not mistaken, 6 cubits I think is about 11 feet. Right? Let's see. Con, con. So 6 cubits is about 11 feet. 11 feet, almost about 12 feet. So, hey, David was fighting against damn people, damn uncircumcised Philistines who was 11 feet tall, man. Who was 11 feet tall, right? So the men back then were men of stature. So if the giants was between about, on average, we'll just say about 12 to 11 feet. Okay, some maybe it been 13. That means that men, the so-called regular men, when it came to height, the ones who weren't considered giants, they probably easily was about 9 feet. 9 feet, damn, on average, probably. Now I'm throwing that out there. You feel me? Obviously, we can't damn pinpoint. Oh no, he was. Brothers don't damn start damn going crazy on the comment board talking about he was. They was this height and that height. Like, look, about 9 feet maybe on average. You probably had men throughout the process of time or during the time of David who's probably about easily damn 7 feet tall on average. Right? It's probably normal to walk around and be 6'7" during that time, man. And during that time, that probably was considered short, man. That probably was considered short. Now, what's considered short, right? Damn 5'2", hell 5'11". That's average height, really. Now 5'11" is the average height, really about 5'9". Right? I know I'm looking up a lot, but let's get it then. Let's get it. Right? Oh man. I'm probably gonna make a lot of brothers happy with this. So the average height for a man is 5 feet 9 inches. So if you're 5'9", hey, you average height, man. You're average height if you're 5'9". Hey, in the ancient world, hey, that wasn't average height in the ancient world. During the time of damn Moses, during the time of Abraham, especially Noah, right? Hey, during the time of David, hey, being damn 5'9" was not an average height, man. All right. So, hey, in the book of if I'm not mistaken, in the book of 2 Samuel, I believe, the 20th chapter, or 2 Samuel, the 21st chapter, hey, you had a giant who was who had 6 fingers and 6 toes, man. You had a giant back then that had 6 fingers and 6 toes. And giants are still on the earth. I'm going to say that again. Giants are still on the earth. Am I talking about the giants from back then? Am I talking about people who 15 feet tall? No, I'm not talking about people who are that tall, man. Shaquille O'Neal is a giant, man. Shaquille O'Neal is a giant. He would be considered a giant right now. Shaquille O'Neal, I think, is like 7'3" or 7'2" or something like that. He would be considered a giant. Okay, Dwight Howard, he's about 7 foot, 7'1". He would be considered a giant, man. Giants are still on the earth now, man. They just all damn playing sports and stuff, man. Right? They still on the earth now, even to this very day. Now you had a lot of them, Salakia. You had a lot of them get destroyed by the children of Israel in battle, but they're still on the earth, man. Giants are still on the earth. As who? The Shaquille O'Neals of the world, right? The damn Kevin Durant's of the world, LeBron James of the world, Dwight Howard's, the Yao Mings, the damn Taco Falls of the world. You still have these giants on the earth. You just see them so much that you don't look at that. When people hear the word giant, they expect somebody that's 15 feet tall, 20 feet tall. in order for them to be considered a giant. But you have to realize throughout the process of time, what happens? Men on the earth wax weaker and weaker and weaker, just like the earth does. The earth waxes weaker and weaker. The animals wax weaker and weaker. Men wax weaker and weaker. All right, let's get that in the book of Second Esdras. All right, and we're gonna close up. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 5 and verse. I want Second Esdras chapter 5, and I want verse 52. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 5, Salakia, chapter 5 and verse 52. It says, "Say unto her, wherefore are not they whom thou hast now brought forth like," Salakia, let me start that over. Right, this is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 52. It says, "Say unto her, wherefore are not they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature?" So he's telling Ezra, he's telling them to look, ask the earth, okay? Ask the earth if the people, right? Ask the earth if the people who she was bringing forth then are the same stature as now, basically. It's basically what he's saying. Let's read on. It says, "But less of stature," verse 53, "and she shall answer thee, they that be born in strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise." Meaning, and this is what it's going to compare it to. It's comparing it to a woman that has a child when she's in the strength of her youth, when she's in her so-called prime, right? When she's in her so-called prime, what does that mean? It's better for a woman to have children during what time? It's better for a woman to have children in her 20s. Okay, why? Because she's in her prime at that moment in time. Okay, if a woman starts to have a child or is trying to have a child at damn 39, 40, you start getting up there in that age, your children, your son, daughter, your child will not be as healthy or as strong as he could have been or she could have been if you would have had the baby in your prime, meaning your 20s or earlier. Okay, so that's what the Lord is telling Ezra right now. Let's read on. I'm gonna read 53 again. It says, "And she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise. Consider thou therefore how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you." It said, consider these things. He said, consider how you're less of stature than the ones that came before you. Just like us, we're less of stature than Ezra was during this time. And it's going to tell you that. Let's read on. Verse 55. "And so are they that come after you, less than ye, as the creatures which now begin to be old and have passed over the strength of youth." You see that? So he just broke it down to Ezra playing upon tables. He told him, look, the earth is waxing older and older. The earth is not getting any younger. The earth is waxing older and older. And as the earth is waxing older, guess what? The people, the earth itself, the animals, the food, the food that comes from the earth, these different things, guess what? They're waxing older, and they're going to be less of stature. Why? Because it's not during the youth. The earth is not in its youth right now at this point. The earth is not in its youth. The youth of the earth was when? During the time of Adam, during the time of Noah, Shem, Ham, Japheth. right? Even before then, Arphaxad, right? All that was the youth, and that was the prime of the earth. Okay. Right now, the earth is waxing old. The earth is defiled. Evils are being multiplied upon the earth. Right. Let's stay in chapter 5. Right. This is the book of Ezra, second Esdras, chapter 5 and verse 2. It says, but iniquity shall be increased above all Salakia. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. So iniquity is increasing as time continues to go on. As time continues to go on, everything is waxing worse and worse, including man. Man's like, I'm gonna keep saying this. Man is waxing worse. Animals wax worse. The world itself waxing worse. The food that comes from the earth is waxing worse. Everything is waxing worse and worse and worse. Okay. Now we get ready to wind down. Right. I'm getting ready to end on this. Salakia. All right, bear with me real quick, Israel. Okay. So if the earth is waxing older and older, and these different things are coming upon the earth, what does that mean for you? Right? What does that mean for you? That means it's time to get right. All right, that means it's time to get right. And I'm gonna bring these last two precepts out. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 4. It says, "So answered I and said, swallow." Salaki, I'm gonna start at verse 3. It says, "There be many created, but few shall be saved. So answer I and said, swallow them down, O my soul, understanding and devour wisdom." And that's what you got to do in these last days. You got to swallow down wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and pray for faith in these last days, man. Pray for faith in these last days. Build your faith up. Continue to abound in the work of the Lord, and continue to learn about the scriptures, man. Learn about your forefathers. Learn about your heritage, right? Because these different things, as far as men and all these other things, may begin to wax older and older. But one thing that's going to always remain the same is the words of the Lord. The things that the Most High said that was going to happen, those are always going to remain the same. So what does that mean? Let's bring this out. This is the book of Luke, chapter 17 and verse 26. It says, "And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man." You see that? So it said the same way, the same things that it was then. Guess what? It's going to be the same things now as far as the times. Read it on. It says, "They did eat, they drank, and married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed." So the same things that happened during the time of Noah, the same things that happened during the time of Lot, that's going to happen, this time when the Lord come back. When the Lord makes his second coming, the same thing is going to be happening. You're going to have people not thinking about these different things. And we say that all the time on the highways and byways, man. The people are not worried about damn what's going on right now. They're not worried about China and damn Taiwan damn near getting ready to start World War III. They're not thinking about the famine that's coming to America. They're not thinking about the upwards of the people that's happening all over the world right now. They're not thinking about none of this stuff, man. They're not thinking about the kings of the East gathering themselves together to fight against Babylon the Great, man. They're not thinking about none of this stuff. They're not thinking about the prophecies of the scriptures. They're not thinking about, oh, we living in the end times. Let me get myself right so I don't end up like the people did during the time of Noah and during the time of Lot, man. Let's read on. It says, I'm going to read verse 29 again. It says, but the same day Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and did destroy them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he which shall be upon the housetop and his stuff in his house, let him not come down to take it away. And he that is in the field, let him likewise not return back. Remember Lot's wife, right? Remember Lot's wife, man. Don't be looking back into the world. Don't be looking at your damn old exes. Don't be looking and thinking about, damn, man, that weed I used to smoke was good. Don't be thinking about none of that, man. Hey, a lot of people falling out this truth now, man. You got people bugging out, people who used to be in the truth. They went back in the world and start smoking weed now. They went, hey, you got damn women in the truth. They damn leaving their husbands and then going to marry another husband and then start smoking weed now, man. A lot of sifting season is here, man. And sifting season is always here, man. So you got to make sure that you studying, praying, fasting, being built up through the spirit, man. Keeping your mind on the Most High, meditating and abounding in the work of the Lord. All right. So with that, Lord willing, y'all was edified through the spirit, man. This was just a quick video. Well, it wasn't quick, but this was a video, touching on the secrets of the scriptures, man. The secrets of the old world, right? And man and everything in this world waxing weaker and weaker. Why? Because man is waxing worse and worse. Evils are being multiplied in the earth, man. Right? Let me get this one last precept, one more real quick. I want to read two more precepts. Right? I want to read First Maccabees chapter 1. I want to read First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 8. And I want second Esdras. All right, this is the book of First Maccabees. It's the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, and his servants bear rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth, man. So as time goes on, you have evils and a mischievousness, right? And mischief, all type of different stuff multiplying on the earth also, man. Like I said last time, one of the reasons why the Lord had to take Lot from the earth, man. Okay. Now let's get this again. We brought it out to start with, but we're going to bring this out again. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 14 and verse 17. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Right? So Lord willing, y'all was edified through the spirit, man. This was just a cool, well, try to make a quick little breakdown through the spirit, right? Continue to pray, fast, stay diligent, meditate upon the law, statutes, and commandments, praying without ceasing, and doing the things that are required to you to do in these last days, right? And with that, I want to give a call Halayim, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Kwam Yasha Allah, Shalom.